registrars of the High Court and Member Secretary, State Legal Authority, Secretary, High Court Legal Services Committee, Law Secretary, Director and officers of the Judicial Academy, judicial officers, officers and
Vande Mataram Sujalam Sufalam Malayaj Sitalam Sasya Syamalam Mataram Vande Mataram Supratyosna Pulakitayamini Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini Sukadam Varadam Mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram.
Thank you, girls. We enjoyed the rhythmic and rhetoric Vande Mataram. Now, I request the Honorable Chief Justice Sri Dheera Singh Thakur to unfurl the national flag, followed by national anthem on police band.
advocates, employees and staff members of High Court, members of judicial fraternity, members of media and print, ladies and gentlemen. With heart full of pride, faith in words and freedom in mind, I welcome you all to celebrate a milestone of history, the 77th Republic Day of India. We the people of India with unity at hearts have adopted the bedrock of our nation, Suprema Lex, the Constitution of India, 77 years ago on this date, which reflects the true identity of our nation. The day a drafted vision has transitioned into a living document. The Constitution of India is not just pieces of paper or book of rules resting in a library. It is the shield that protects the rights of every citizen and a sword that fights against injustice. We as advocates and practitioners of law are breathing life into the vision of architects of justice, the founding fathers of the Indian Constitution. Our Constitution has not just recognized the rights of the citizens, but also connotes the responsibilities and duties we must uphold to live in unity. The preamble, soul of Constitution, suggests that with justice, liberty, equality and fraternity, we can achieve the ideals embedded in the Constitution. We as the practitioners of law interpret the Constitution in word and in spirit to serve the ends of justice. The drafters of Constitution had long been aware that the society is ever changing and a stagnant law would never serve the needs of ever evolving society. This is where the judiciary takes the helm. We are the torchbearers of the Constitution. We are accountable to every citizen in how we uphold the constitutional morality and by invariable commitment to justice through the standard of our practice. We have been upholding the Republican ideal through historic precedents of our country and state. In recognizing the power to amend as granted to Parliament in Article 368 in Shankari Prasad versus Union of India in 1951, but restricting the power in I.C. Golaknath and others versus State of Punjab in 1967, and also setting boundaries by introducing the concepts of basic structure to protect the sanctity of the Constitution in Keswananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. In establishing independence of judiciary from executive interference in judicial appointments and transfers was upheld in S.P. Gupta versus Union of India in 1991, ensuring the separation of three wings: judiciary, executive and legislature. In upholding the reservations to backward classes in Indira Savane versus Union of India in 1992 and validating the 10% reservation for economically weaker section was upheld in Janhit Abhiyan versus Union of India in the year 2022. In the judgments that recognized the vacuum in laws and brought on the thunder force to enact and bring into effect the laws of Muslim Women Protection on Divorce Act 1986 from Muhammad Ahmad Khan versus Shah Bano Begum in the year 1985. Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013 from Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan in the year 1997. The Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Act 2019, Triple Talaq Act from Shayara Bano versus Union of India in the year 2017. Transgender Persons Protection of Rights Act 2019 from National Legal Service Authority versus Union of India in the year 2014, and Environment Protection Act 1986 from Bhopal gas tragedy in Union Carbide Corporation versus Union of India, and many more judgments that amended the laws to make sure they are not ultra-wise to the spirit of the Constitution, many to interpret the constitutional principles, many to assist and put the other pillars of the country in check whenever required, and assuring constitutional faith to all the citizens. From Keshavananda Bharati in 1973 in Re, assent, withholding or reservation of bills by the Governor and President of India in 2025, the judiciary have been constantly and tirelessly working to enforce the rights and freedoms of the citizens by interpreting and upholding the constitutional morality and principles. As the judiciary triumphs, the Republic breathes easier. The future of a nation is inherently built upon its youth, who serve as the primary catalyst for innovation, economic growth and social change. Youth is the future. Youth is the living archive of the nation's conscience. As Sri B.R. Ambedkar pointed out, constitutional morality is not a natural sentiment. It has to be cultivated. To the young guardians of the law, don't just read the law, realize it. As the Constitution is not just a book to be studied, it is a pulse to be felt. Refine and redefine yourself with practice, principles and ideals to protect and preserve the sanctity of the Constitution, as you shall be torchbearers on the path laid by our lordships and legal contemporaries who have been exemplary epitomes of justice. As we uphold the unity of Trinity, justice, equality and fraternity, let us celebrate this Republic Day, walking the path laid by our forefathers with freedom, democracy and secularism, and constantly reminding ourselves that the essence of India's Republic is not just in our Constitution, but goes hand in hand with the spirit of its people to uphold it every day. With preamble as the promise, the Constitution as the compass, and the justice of our destination, a proud 77th Republic Day to you all. Satyameva Jayate, Vande Mataram. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Raghuveer Garu, for your informative message. Now I request Sri N. Dwarkanathan Garu, Chairman Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh, to deliver his message.
Honorable Chief Justice Dheeraj Singh Thakur ji, Madam Thakur ji, all the Honorable High Court judges who gathered here along with their families, Honorable retired High Court judges and their families, the Registrar General Parsad Garu, the Vice President of High Court Bar Association, Mr. Raghuveer, the Advocate General Srinivas, Additional Advocate General Pratap, Public Prosecutor Lakshmi Narayan, and Additional Solicitor General Dhananjay, my dear advocates, ladies and gentlemen, invitees, and students of Ghantasala Music College, and also the police persons who gathered here for this august function. It's a great honor to me on the occasion of 77th Republic Day function in front of this Honorable High Court. I convey to all of you my warm greetings. Our country had many invasions, many onslaughts. On this beautiful country, some persons came for religion, some persons came for trade, some persons came to occupy our beautiful land. It is because the disunity of the princely states and the princely kings at the time, they easily occupied the part of the eastern India at first time. Later on, they ventured towards to the west and the east and south. This is the culmination of not only one type of persons, but different religious sects came here. Now ultimately, when the entire people of India rise to the occasion of freedom struggle, And what direction we have to give for the freedom struggle? Because many of the common man are participating in this movement of freedom. Then Mahatma Gandhi ji, Jawaharlal Nehru ji, and many of the Congress leaders of the time who actually in the forefront of the agitation to send this British Raj out of this country. By then, Mahatma ji and Nehru ji gone through the Russian Revolution and French Revolution. For a vast country like India, can we adapt what type of agitation to ask the entire Indian people to agitate against the British yoke? They thought it that it is better to go for a non-violent movement by way of a satyagraha. But many of the revolutionaries thought it in the other way, particularly Subhash ji and others. Is it possible by way of a non-violent movement of satyagraha to send these British Raj people from this country? And they want only violent method. But it is the culmination of the toe of the isms, non-violent and violent. In both ways, from village to city, city to border, east, west, north, south, entire Indian people has become one to drive away the British people from this country. Ultimately, we got our independence on 14th August 1947, which is called as 15th August 1947. Nehruji, and following this particular tricolor, said, touched with destiny, we are at forefront of the entire world for the freedom. By the time of 15th August 1947, you know very well, when the British, 75% of the administration left over, till the 25% of the administration is still there up to 26th January 1950. They thought it, what type of a constitution we can prepare. So, for more than 2 years, 9 months, the Constituent Assembly met together from different parts of India and also the representatives of the principal states, the kings and queens of that principalities at that time. They had many of a discussion, and ultimately on 26th November 1949, the first copy of the Constitution was signed by the Constituent members. But what made them? Why this particular, in spite of the fact that this particular copy of the Constitution was signed by all the Constituent Assembly members, it was extended up to 26th January 1950 to proclaim this Republican Constitution, because in the year 1930, in the Lahore Congress meeting, there was a call given by the Congress leader at the time to see that the British people has to be sent away from this beautiful country and proclaim a Purna Swaraj. It is because of that particular day of 26th November. So 26th January 1950, this our beautiful constitution was adopted. Now, what is the stage? Our country is the largest democracy in the world. Our country is the third largest economy in the world. Until we are one from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and united together, still the external forces always is eye on our country, because ours is a powerful country in the world now. It is not far. It is not far. Within 15 years, India will show its world power. No country will put the finger towards the India. That was the stage. తెలుగు వాణ్ణి తెలుగులో మాట్లాడటానికి వారి యొక్క అనుమతిని కోరుతున్నాను. సోదర సోదరీమణులారా, 77వ గణతంత్ర దినోత్సవం జరుపుకుంటున్నాం. గణం అనగా ఏమిటి? సమూహం. సమూహం అనగా ఏమిటి? ప్రజలు. తంత్రం అనగా ఏమిటి? చట్టాలు. గణతంత్ర దినోత్సవం నాడు రాజ్యాంగాన్ని నిర్మించుకొని ఆ రాజ్యాంగము ద్వారా ఈ దేశంలోని అన్ని వర్గాల ప్రజలకు శాంతి కాముకమైన దేశముగా తయారు చేయటానికి ఒక రాజ్యాంగాన్ని తయారు చేసుకున్నాం. అయితే ఈ రాజ్యాంగ నిర్మాణానికి ముందు, ఈ భారతదేశ స్వాతంత్రానికి ముందు మహోన్నత ఉన్నత సంస్కారవంతమైన ప్రజానాయకులు ఎందరో వెల్లవరిసిన పుణ్యభూమి మనది. అటువంటి పుణ్యభూమిపై పరాయి బుక్కులు కొన్ని వందల సంవత్సరాలు మనములు పరిపాలించారు. ఆ పరిపాలన నుండి లక్షలాది మంది, వేలాది మంది తమ ఆస్తులను పోగొట్టుకొని తమ యొక్క ధర్మాలను విసర్జించి ఈ దేశ స్వాతంత్రం కోసం ఎంతోమంది జైళ్ళ పాలయ్యారు, కారాగారాల పాలయ్యారు. వారందరినీ ఈనాడు మనపూర్వకంగా మనం గుర్తించుకోవలసిన సుదినం ఇదని. అంతేకాకుండా ఏ రాజ్యాంగాన్ని అయితే మనకు మన పెద్దలు తయారు చేసి ఇచ్చారో ఆ రాజ్యాంగంలోని మూల సూత్రాలను ఈనాడు మన ప్రధాన న్యాయమూర్తి మరియు మన న్యాయమూర్తులు పూర్తిగా ఈ దేశంలోని ప్రజలకు ఉపయోగపడే విధంగా ఇక్కడ కృషి చేస్తున్నందుకు నేను మీ అందరికీ శిరస్సు వహించి నమస్కరిస్తున్నాను. ఈ సమయంలో ఇంకా కొంతమంది వక్తలు ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి నేను కొన్ని విషయాలు మాత్రం ముచ్చటించి సెలవు తీసుకుంటాను. ఏ దేశంలో అయితే పేద వర్గాలు, బడుగు వర్గాలు, హరిజన గిరిజన అల్పసంఖ్యాక దళిత వర్గాలలో అన్ని కులాలు వారు, అన్ని మతాల వారు సరి సమానంగా పెద్దవారితో కలిసి సామ్యవాద వ్యవస్థలో కానీ ప్రజాస్వామ్య పద్ధతుల్లో కానీ ఎప్పుడైతే ప్రజలు ముందుకు ఎదగలరో అప్పుడే ఈ దేశం పురోభివృద్ధి చెందుతుందని మనఃపూర్వకంగా నేను నమ్ముతున్నాను. మీ అందరికీ ప్రత్యేకంగా కృతజ్ఞత తెలుపుతూ జై హింద్.
Thank you, Sri Dwarka Nadhareddy Garu, for your delightful message. Now I request Sri Dammalapati Srinivas Garu, Advocate General for the State of Andhra Pradesh, to deliver his message.
Honorable Chief Justice Dheeraj Singh Thakur ji, Honorable Companion Judges, Honorable Retired Judges, the Chairman Bar Council, the Additional Solicitor General of India, the Deputy Solicitor General of India, the Additional Advocate General, Public Prosecutor, the Vice President AP High Court Advocates Association, Registrars, Senior Counsel, law officers, members of legal fraternity, and esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and privilege to address this august gathering on the auspicious occasion of the 77th Republic Day of India. Today, we pay solemn tribute to the Constitution of India, the foundational document that transformed us into a sovereign democratic republic. It was a moment of profound national awakening, signaling not only independence in governance but a constitutional commitment to justice, liberty, equality and fraternity for all citizens. This year's Republic Day celebration carries a special significance as Amaravati hosts the state function for the first time as the capital of Andhra Pradesh, right beside this very court. The atmosphere is charged with patriotic fervour, with tricolors fluttering and procession drills echoing across a 22-acre parade ground prepared to accommodate over 13,000 attendees. As the celebrations unfold outside in vibrant color and coordinated rhythm, we here within the halls of justice are equally called to celebrate through solemn reflection and renewed commitment to constitutional ideals. Let this convergence of civil pride and judicial duty remind us that the rule of law and the will of the people are not parallel paths but deeply intertwined destinies. The choice of this very day, 26 January, is itself steeped in historical significance. It was on this day in 1930 that the Indian National Congress declared Purna Swaraj, a call for complete self-rule. 2 decades later, that vision culminated in the adoption of a constitution that continues to illuminate the path of governance in our diverse and vibrant nation. Our constitution is not merely a legal document, it's a living embodiment of the values of liberty, equality, justice and fraternity framed by a constituent assembly composed of some of the most brilliant minds of our freedom struggle and led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Its drafting was nothing short of a civilization milestone. The Assembly with 300 members worked tirelessly over 2 years, 11 months and 17 days to present to us the Constitution that has withstood the test of time and evolved into a moral and institutional anchor for our nation. As we stand here in 2026, we can take pride in the steady march of Indian democracy. Our republic has embraced diversity as its strength, and the institutions of this democracy, the judiciary, the legislature and the executive have collectively ensured that the Constitution remains not just a framework but a force for progress. This is a republic that is constantly evolving, enriched by debate, tempered by dissent and guided by constitutional vision. Our legal fraternity bears a profound responsibility. As advocates, judges and officers of the court, we are custodians of constitutional morality. It is not merely our duty to interpret the Constitution, it is our obligation to embody in our conduct in our conduct and conscience. Our respective roles must champion the cause of the marginalized, safeguard individual freedoms and hold to account any action that threatens to undermine the rule of law. It is our solemn duty to ensure that the Constitution is not merely a legal text but a living, breathing reality which is felt and experienced by every citizen of this republic. As we hoist the tricolor today, let us remember the sacrifices of our freedom fighters, the commitment of our founding fathers and the resolve of those who came before us. let this day inspire us to recommit ourselves to the ideals enshrined in the Constitution. May we continue to strive for excellence in our professional calling, act with integrity in public life, and advance the cause of justice with humility and courage. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Sri Srinivas Garu, for your brief and delightful message. Now I request Sri Challa Dhananjay Garu, Additional Solicitor General for the Government of India, to deliver his message.
Milord, Honorable Chief Justice, Mr. Dhiren Singh Thakur ji, Mrs. Dhiren Singh Thakur ji, companion judges, former judges of our High Court, family members of the judges, registrars, my friends, Mr. Srinivas, Advocate General, Dwarkanath Reddy, Chairman of the Bar Council of AP, Raghuveer, President of AP Advocates Association, my good friends, Mr. Samsav Pratap, Additional Advocate General, former Presidents of Bar Association, Mr. Chidambaram, Tadababu. They are incidentally the senior counsels of our High Court. Now the good morning and a very happy 77th Republic Day to all of you. Today, as the tricolor flutters proudly atop this august institution, we gather not just to commemorate a historic milestone, but to reaffirm our solemn commitment to the sacred ideals enshrined in our Constitution, the world's longest written charter of governance, adopted on this very day in 1950. I don't want to go into it because my earlier predecessor speakers have already spoken about the history of Indian history and also the judgments, landmark judgments touching the Constitution. It is my privilege to address this esteemed assembly at the High Court of Andhra Pradesh, a bastion of justice in the heart of our vibrant state. Let us pause to reflect on India's extraordinary audacious from a nascent republic to a global powerhouse, and envision the transformative role that advocates and our justice system must play in inculcating an even brighter future. India stands tall today as a beacon of progress and self-reliance. Economically, we have scripted a saga of unprecedented growth, surging past traditional powerhouses to become the fifth largest, if not fourth, economy globally, with the projections to climb the third spot by the decade's end. Our GDP growth has consistently hovered above 7% in recent years, fueled by bold reforms like GST, Make in India, and Atmanirbhar Bharat, which have empowered millions of entrepreneurs and MSMEs. In the realm of science and technology, Chandrayaan 3 triumphant lunar landing marked us as the first nation to touch down near the moon's south pole, while Aditya L1 orbits the sun, unraveling cosmic mysteries. Our digital revolution is unparalleled. UPI process over 13 billion transactions monthly. Financial inclusion via Jandhan has banked the unbanked, and initiatives like Digital India have connected remote villages across the country and World Wide Web. On the global stage, India hosted the G20 summit in 2023 under the theme of One Earth, One Family, One Future, fostering unity amid division and amplifying the global South's voice. That is the principle of our principle Sanatan Dharma, that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbam. Every country of the participated in the G20 summit have endorsed this principle of one earth, one family, and one future. Environmentally, we led with ambitious targets. 500 GW of non-fossil energy by 2030, and we have planted over 150 crore trees in a single year through the Green India mission. Socially, schemes like PM Awas Yojana have delivered 4 crore houses to the homeless. Ayushman Bharat has provided healthcare to 50 crore people, and our vaccination drive during the pandemic was the world's largest, saving countless lives. From Andhra Pradesh's own contributions, its ports handling record cargo, its renewable energy corridors powering the nation, to its farmers pioneering agri-tech, these achievements embody the preamble's promise of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Ladies and gentlemen, none of these would have been possible without the indomitable spirit of India's advocates, the unsung heroes who have shaped our nation's destiny. Recall the freedom struggle. It was liars like Mahatma Gandhi who wielded the sword of Satyagraha from courtroom pulpits. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the principal architect of our constitution, who argued tirelessly for dignity and equality, and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, whose legal foresight integrated 562 princely states into one India. In Andhra Pradesh, stalwarts like Tanguturi Prakasham Pantulu, the Andhra Kesari, defended the oppressed through eloquent advocacy, embodying the bar's role as a conscience keeper of the society. As we march towards the Viksit Bharat, by 2047, our justice system must evolve as its sturdy pillar. Case pendency, a persistent challenge, is being tackled through e-courts 3.0 and alternative dispute resolution. Andhra Pradesh leads with digitalization of records. Advocates embrace technology. Virtual hearings have democratized the access. Lok adalats have resolved crores of cases amicably. Yet, challenges remain. Delays erode faith, vacancies plague benches, and cyber crimes demand new expertise. Let us pledge to expedite justice via time-bound trials, to foster mediation over litigation, to integrate even AI ethically without compromising human wisdom. Let us together imagine and build an India where every citizen trusts the scales of justice implicitly, where disputes dissolve in dialogue. Rights are realities, not rhetoric, and the rule of law liberates aspirations. This is the future we owe our forebears and our children. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Sri Jananjay Garu, for your valuable message. Before the much awaited message of my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice Sri Dheeraj Singh Thakur ji, we may enjoy a few patriotic songs by the students of Ghantasala Music College.
जय 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 प्रिय भारत जनयित्री दिव्यदात्री, जय 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 प्रिय भारत जनयित्री दिव्यदात्री, जय 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 शत सहस्र नर नारी हृदय नेत्री, जय 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 प्रिय भारत जनयित्री दिव्यदात्री, जय जय सस्यामल सुश्याम चलाचलांचल, जय जय सस्यामल सुश्याम चलाचलांचल, चञ्चल जय वसन्त कुसुमलता चलित ललित चूर्ण कुन्तल जय वसन्त कुसुमलता चलित ललित चूर्ण कुन्तल जय मदीय हृदयाश्रय लाक्षारुण पदयुगल जय मदीय हृदयाश्रय लाक्षारुण पदयुगल जय 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 प्रिय भारत जनयित्री दिव्यदात्री जय दिशान्तगत शकुन्त दिव्यगान परितोषण जय दिशान्तगत शकुन्त दिव्यगान परितोषण
My esteemed sister and brother judges, former honorable judges of this court, Shri Challa Dhananjaya, Additional Solicitor General, Shri D. Srinivas, the Learned Advocate General, Shri K.V. Raghuveer, Vice President of AP High Court Advocates Association, Shri Dwarkanath Reddy, Chairman Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Punna Rao, Deputy Solicitor General, Shri Lakshmi Narayana, Public Prosecutor, Shri Samba Siva Pratap, Additional Advocate General, Law Officers, learned senior advocates and members of the Bar, members of the Judicial Fraternity, officers of the Registry and staff members, members of the media, print and electronic, ladies and gentlemen. I extend warm greetings and best wishes to you all on India's 77th Republic Day. On this day, on January 26, 1950, the Constitution of India came into force, marking India's transformation as a constitutional democracy. It established the centrality of law, non-discrimination, and protection of citizens' rights, and rule by popular will in a comprehensively designed framework of governance. Each Republic Day, which is almost at the beginning of the new year, brings optimism and hope for the people of India, because democracy gives them the choices driven by ideas of justice, liberty, equality, right of election and representation to pursue their dreams and aspirations freely and without any fear. Indeed, over the decades, both the leaders and the masses have contributed in significant ways to the growth of India as a republic with their perspectives, designs, and strategies of action. Today, as we celebrate this historic day, there is a sense of pride, enthusiasm, and accomplishment at how a nation has shaped its destiny. Poverty and social exclusions are serious barriers in the progress of a nation, and India has made a constant endeavor to overcome these by way of socio-economic welfare policies, educational innovation, knowledge expansion through digital infrastructure, skill development, managing diversity of cultural groups. Democratization at grassroots and inclusion of women at national and local representative institutions are significant milestones of deepening democratization and increasing empowerment of marginalized communities. India has witnessed evolving dimensions of law, society, and institutions in the form of shifting electoral verdicts, transition of governments, creation of new states, widening spheres of right from environment and development to data protection, privacy, national security, digital and AI revolution. India's judicial system has played a crucial role in upholding fundamental values of the Constitution while serving as an instrument of social change, a guardian of citizens' rights, and adjudicator of interstate and center-state governance. Access to speedy justice for all has been an issue of concern, and effective measures to overcome these in the best possible way is our commitment. India has always remained resilient in the face of external threats, wars, and challenges. At the domestic level, issues have been resolved through multiple approaches, but India's commitment in all circumstances to democracy has remained unquestioned. India's experience as a republic is exceptional, not only because traditional social structures operate with rigor in modern democratic institutions, but also because timeless saintly ideas of universal peace, humanism, truth, brotherhood, and non-violence have been our guiding spirit and a source of unity, strength, and stability as a nation. Constitutional commitment to this ideal was made by an express mention of the word fraternity in the preamble, assuring dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation, with a further mandate for promoting conditions of international peace and security as also just and honorable relations between nations. Democracy finds its deepest meaning and substance when all citizens have access to justice and opportunities for economic and political participation. However, democracy is not only about respect for rights and entitlements, but also about the obligation to perform duties. As inhabitants of the world's largest democracy, we have to always bear this in mind. We can overcome any imperfections or obstacles if we share common faith and belief in our ideals and duties. It means not only a sense of responsibility towards the nation, but also towards each other and to the coming generation. The future of India belongs to the youth, whose energy, dynamism, mobility in education and ease of technology and entrepreneurship has brought hope and confidence that they can serve as drivers of change. Their potential for leadership and civic engagement can contribute towards making India more progressive and vibrant. Our celebration of the Republic Day comes with a sense of deep humility and gratitude for the men in uniform who have defended the country to keep us secure, the freedom fighters and leaders whose sacrifices, struggles, and futuristic worldview have earned global prestige, power, and glory for the people of India. Let us reaffirm our resolve to work for a strong, stable, united, and a progressive India. Jai Hind.
Thank you, beloved, for the enlightening message on this occasion. On behalf of the registry, I extend humble gratitude to the Honorable Chief Justice for guiding us in conducting this Republic Day function. We thank the Honorable Chief Justice, all the Honorable Judges and their family members for their gracious presence. We also thank the Additional Solicitor General, Advocate General, Chairman Bar Council and Vice President, AP High Court Advocates Association, advocates, registrars, judicial officers, staff and officers of the High Court, police personnel, print and electronic media for attending the celebrations and making the event a memorable one. We also thank the students of Gandasala Venkateswara Music College for coming over to the High Court and taking part in the celebrations. Now it is time for National Anthem by the students of Government Music College. I request all the dignitaries to rise for the National Anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गादा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद।
With the permission of the Honorable Chief Justice, now I declare that the Republic Day function is concluded. Now I request the Honorable Judges, former and sitting, family members and learned senior advocates to join for refreshments in the Judges' Lounge in the second floor and all others in the ground floor of the main building. Jai Hind.